When we take on other folks' problems, we wear their problems on our sleeves and sometimes on our hearts and in our soul. And one of the hardest things for lawyers to do is to admit that.
We at LAP understand those. We understand perfectionism. We understand imposter syndrome. We understand driven personalities and competitive personalities. And lawyers bring all of those things. And so it makes the occasions of mental health issues higher than in the general population.
When you're dealing with a unique population, in this instance, people that are trained, first of all, to be persuasive, you get a different kind of person that you're trying to help. Somebody that is not used to accepting a lot of help or being completely honest about what is going on in their life because they're not used to accepting help. So I think we know that we have a very highly educated population that we're dealing with, and people that are used to not having to receive help, but are used to helping.
You definitely notice when you have an attorney that's in front of you that might be suffering more serious mental health type issues or even substance abuse issues.
About in 1/3 of the ARDC's cases, there is some identified impairment issue, whether that's a mental health challenge, a substance abuse challenge, or both.
Like a lot of women with this disease, I did a lot of hiding out and hiding what I was doing. And, as long as I was able to run the bases and get my work done and do what I had to do, I felt that I was entitled to continue with the drinking. What I realized is it just separated me so much from the people that I love and that I care about, and now I do such a better job.
We became lawyers and we became judges and we're going to law school because we want to help others. And so we know that we're the helpers, and that makes it hard to switch the mindset and say, I need help.
What we've noticed over the past 45 years is there has been a shift in referrals from third-party referrals, somebody in the law firm, a partner or an associate, referring a partner that they have noticed becoming impaired, to self-referrals. And today, the vast majority of referrals to LAP is because of self-referrals.
I always say that the first initial contact is probably the hardest jump to make for any lawyer, judge, or law student who is struggling. And once that initial reach out takes place, the hardest part for that person who is struggling, then we respond quite rapidly. Myself or another clinician will return the call or send an email to the person who might have reached out to us in whatever format, or if a volunteer in a rural community reaches out and says, we have someone who is struggling, we need to get them help quickly, we come up and devise a plan. And that happens very rapidly in an effort to capture a person when they ask for help.
LAP has been a huge partner with NIU and really helped our students. When the survey came out in 2016 showing the huge relationship between substance abuse and depression and lawyers, NIU and many other law schools around the country knew we had to do something. That if we want our students to graduate and not only become lawyers, but stay lawyers, and there's a role we can play in that, we have to do that.
Obviously, I'm always concerned with the students making a successful transition, not only through law school, but a successful transition on whatever career path they choose. And many of those students and new attorneys are going to encounter difficulty. And being aware of the services provided by organizations like LAP just gives them another tool.
Just knowing that they're there and it's a confidential source for them to approach somebody is like having a big brother or big sister there to speak to. I think that is the beginning of the process of rehabilitation, is to have somebody that you feel you can trust and that you can approach. And I think they feel that. I think that they understand that.
LAP doesn't just save lawyers. LAP saves lives, LAP saves families, LAP saves reputations, professions. And in doing so, it is something that our profession should be very proud of.
If I didn't have this kind of extended support, it's not 28 days. I've been working with LAP for over 3 years now. Without that kind of support, I know that I couldn't be where I am today. My life today is the best it's ever been, and I owe it all to LAP.
LAP is a refuge in the dark times of our lives, and we can go there without fear, without shame, without worry about people judging. It's one of the few safe places left in this very complicated and difficult world, and you will never, ever have to be afraid again of anyone finding out about what you worry about most.